welcome you to Salt Lake City. My name is Stacie Lindsey, and I am the president of the Cholangiocarcinoma Foundation. The foundation, oh, thank you. We started this foundation, my family, and I started this foundation 11 years ago when my brother was diagnosed with cholangiocarcinoma, and on January 19th was the 10th anniversary of his passing. So if you are in this room today, or you are joining us live by webcast, you are family to us. We are all of us bound together by our shared experiences and by shared emotions. We have shared sadness and fear, anger and grief, but today we're joined together because we are united by hope. The landscape that we are looking at today is vastly different than what our family was looking at 11 years ago. It is very different from what we were looking at 5 years ago, and it is different from last year. I hope that what you see today, the speakers that you hear, you will be inspired, and that you will have an opportunity to participate in this conference that is so unique. We're so excited to have so many of you here to join us. Today is all about you as patients and caregivers. Everything has been designed to help you better understand and navigate your diagnosis in the best way possible. Thursday and Friday, you're going to have the opportunity to watch the most educated and gifted professionals work together to move the science forward, to address knowledge gaps, and to work these problems. This is an exciting time, and we are so grateful to have you here. There is so much to look forward to, and we feel blessed to have everyone here with us today. I just have a couple of housekeeping items at the very beginning. I want to introduce you to a few people. I hope that they're here, but my glasses. There are two people who I think are probably in the back. Donna Meyer and Kathy Wagner. Donna is standing in the back. She's walking. Would you raise your hand, please, Donna? Kathy, would you come inside, please? Thank you. Would you raise your hand, Kathy? Kathy is our Director of Development. Donna, thank you. Donna is the Executive Director, and this conference could not happen without them, so we're very grateful. Thank you so much. They secured two very prestigious and important grants this year, a PCORI grant, which allowed us to have scholarships for 25 patients and caregivers to come to the conference, and also an NIH R13 grant. And so just if we could just give them some applause for their hard work. This is so great. We have a lot of volunteers that make this foundation work. We could not do it without them. And I just want to mention just a few. Marion Schwartz is in the back. Many of you know her from the discussion boards. She's been with us for 10 years and such a valued member of the team. Melinda Bikini. Melinda's up front. Melinda is a patient advocate, and she and Marion are helping so many of you navigate, along with so many other volunteers. We are just so grateful. Lainey Sardina. Is Lainey here? Where is Lainey? Lainey's right here. Lainey has also been a moderator on the discussion board. She's been a volunteer for 10 years. Barbara DuPont. There's Barbara. Stand up, Barbara, please. Barbara has been a volunteer for almost the same amount of years. She runs the patient registry. She curates all of the patient records in there and has done that for the past 3 years. Lisa Layton and Lisa Crane, please stand. These two little powerhouses did the patient lounge for you, and they have been amazing. They support as many patients as they can possibly put on their rosters, and we love them, and thank you, and we feel your love. All of us do. Okay, we have members of our medical advisory board. We'll introduce them tomorrow, many who are here. We have a nursing advisory board that is amazing. So could I have all the members of the nursing advisory board stand, please? Okay, you can see Sue Acquisto is the chair back here. Thank you. I just want to, they have done amazing work, and you don't know what they're doing, but they are publishing, they are doing research, your lives are going to be much better when some of these things come to light that they are working on, and many have, and we're so appreciative of their hard work. Where is Rick? Rick, can you come just forward just a little bit? I'm sorry. I just want to tell you one thing about Rick. Rick is my brother-in-law. And when our family came together when Mark was diagnosed, and I'd been doing a lot of research for Mark. We were trying to figure out what to do. I said, we have to connect with other patients. We didn't know anyone else. And Rick said, oh, well, I'll just create a discussion board. Rick is the reason that we have the foundation today. There are several members of our board of directors here, and I will introduce them tomorrow when they are all here. And then I wanted to also acknowledge Andy Macias. Andy, would you stand, please? Andy came last year as a volunteer. His wife had recently passed away. He's been an amazing caregiver. He's been a patient advocate, and he is going to introduce to you several patient programs that he has headed up for the foundation that are amazing. Thank you for all your hours, Andy. I also wanted to, one more, which is Carl Scheitram, who has been a volunteer, who has helped us transition into a new database, has spent hundreds and hundreds of hours helping us to organize the data that we have collected, and we just want to thank him. He wasn't able to be here with us, but he's watching on the webcast, so thank you. We want to also thank all of our conference sponsors. They're on the back of your program, but in particularly, we would like to acknowledge the Oak level sponsors who are Celgene, Ignita, Insight, and Merck. And just a couple more things. Tomorrow is Wear Green Day. The patients are all aware of that. And if you don't have something green on, they have something really special for you to wear. So Nordstrom's is right next door. Also, there are some instructions on your table for a mobile app. It's just a link. You don't have to download anything, but it will have it'll be updated in real time, and there'll be information on there. It's very simple. You just click on the link. And also, we had a lot of questions about the presentations, which will be up and available within a couple of weeks. So I'm sorry that was longer than I wanted to be, but I want to introduce our chairs, and I just want to say it has been such a pleasure to work with these two gentlemen. They have been so kind and given so freely of their time. Dr. Aram Hezel, I'm sorry, yes, come on, stand up. And Dr. Juan Valle.
Thank you, Stacie. Thank you. First of all, thanks for coming. Thanks for participating. Stacie, thank you. I find these sorts of events and this event to be particularly inspiring. It's, I think, what drives me in my work in caring for people, in my work in my lab. And so I'm very grateful for the opportunity to have a role in this group and this meeting. For me, this has been a pleasure, and I'm really looking forward to the next 2 to 3 days here. Tomorrow, we'll have a lot to talk about scientifically in general. Over the next 2 days, we'll have a lot to talk about. So many perspectives to hear from, so many ideas to pass around. We won't be able to fit it all into the content here, but we have lots of room on the edges of these days, and so we're going to work hard to try to make sure everyone's voice is heard. Let me introduce Juan, who will also say hello, and then we'll get things going here in about a minute.
Thank you very much, Aram. Thank you, Stacie, for allowing me the opportunity to be involved, along with the whole Cholangiocarcinoma Foundation. It really does feel like a family, and it's great to come back here again. Just to try and keep the flow of the day, we're not going to go and introduce every individual speaker in great detail. You can look at the biographies, which are all contained in the back of the booklet. And in response to previous feedback, I wonder if we could just, if you feel comfortable, identify yourselves. So if you're a caregiver, please stand up. Thank you so much. Thank you. And if you're a patient, could I please ask you to stand up if you feel comfortable? Thank you. And in response again to people who wanted to maybe build some connections last year, if you're a patient and you have an intrahepatic cholangiocarcinoma, please raise your hand and just look around and see whether there may be some people you want to connect with. And if you're a patient with an extrahepatic cholangiocarcinoma, again, have a look around and see who you may wish to connect with. Great. Thank you very much. Thanks for being so obliging.